and welcome to the show. This is a terrifying sight going on behind me. Don't want it. Yes, someone else has gone in the water and it wasn't me. Oh, we're on GTA 5 for a very silly race. A type of race we haven't actually done for a very long time. I've been on the creator. I've actually built this track I built. This is a scavenger hunt race. Oh dear, everything exploded. What a fitting start. The way this works, it's supposed to be less exploding than this, but the way this works, we're going to shoot Liam in the ankles, and Liam got ran over by Danger Man. Anyway, the way this works is very straightforward, although admittedly, Liam's miles away from the golf caddy and is not going to be anywhere close to the start line, is simple. We have got to complete a 7-lap race. However, we are not allowed to use more. Oh, there's nothing spawning. There's nothing. Absolutely nothing has decided to spawn here. Of course, I think possibly because we've caused so much chaos at the start of this one. Things have gone awry. No, F620! We require your vehicle! We require your vehicle! Okay, I'm off! I'm off and underway. Things have got very broken that shouldn't have been, but we are underway. So yeah, it's going to be this mad scramble for vehicles. Why stuff isn't spawning properly, I do not know. That is a new problem, but there we go. So yeah, we've got to complete 7 laps around this circuit. Fairly straightforward track, changing cars at the end of each lap, and you are not allowed to use the same vehicle twice. So I've used an F620. I cannot use an F620 again. Oh, Absol went for a bit of a half spin. Traffic, of course, is going to build up around here. So we're going to have to be a little bit careful. The F620s ended up blocking us in. There is a picador in the way. Oh, Absol's done a wheelie. Of course, the thing is, we've had a pretty okay start in the grand scheme of things. We're in 5th. It could be a lot worse. We're going to get over the crest there. We've got a little beach section as well to finish, which, you know, some cars might not like. Gliska has managed to hit the post. I'll be honest, I haven't used the creator for a while, and I didn't want to spend many hours perfecting various bits and pieces. So it's a little bit janky in places, this kind of track. Either way, we are going to cross over the line and try and roll Brazen, which didn't quite work. Okay, we've driven an F620. Gliska is getting in a felon. I'm going to grab a Buffalo. Brazen, of course, doesn't want to go and, like, you can... There is no rules against stealing cars from each other. You are allowed to do it. You are allowed to steal cars from other people. We're actually up to 3rd, so we've had a much better changeover there than I was expecting. We are going to be a little sneaky and cut the corner slightly. We run a risk doing that, of course, but it was well worth it. So I've got to remember the vehicles that I've been in. We're now Buffalo and F620. I'm going to dive to the inside of Gliska here. Oh, Gliska, big 2-wheel moment, and Gliska's out wide. We will move ourselves up into 2nd place. Brazen's fallen back a little bit. I didn't see what car Brazen went for. I think it was the Schwarzer, but I could be wrong. Gliska is going to fire back past again. Don't go too quick through this corner, or you will get a big load of oversteer and end up in trouble. Now, whose car is better on the beach? It is pretty even between the pair of us. Oh, a lot of understeer from the Buffalo. Thought about trying to sneak up the inside there. Couldn't make it work. Now comes the manic changeover point here. It does get very silly. Oh! I was expecting cars to despawn more. They are simply not. Oh no, Gliska has actually got through that pretty well. I am going for the Oracle. Thankfully, the traffic here is working in our favour. Gliska has taken the door off. It's Zion versus Oracle at the moment. There is some bumping. Bumping is occurring. It's become a very silly race. 4th place isn't far away here. Oh, I missed a checkpoint. Oh no, I've missed a checkpoint in my battle with Gliska. What I think I did, I must have jumped too far on the, I cut too much. I just didn't notice because I was so caught up in the whole battle for trying to get a car that okay. Did not realise that was a thing. Of course, because the start-finish line isn't one of the big checkpoints. Whether I did that or whether it can't be, I don't remember. I mean, technically we haven't used an Oracle as of yet, but yeah, that has cost us a wonderful battle. Oh, I'm gutted. It was such a fun battle. It was such a fun race going on. But yeah, I mean, can we recover from here? Not really. Unfortunately, we do have like catch up and slipstream, whoa, and so on turned a little bit too soon there. Back end very much let go, but it's not going to be effective enough around here. We can try and chase down Crane. You know, we can go. Well, we're not last technically. Shadow's had a terrible time of it. Bumpy is behind us at the moment. I may not be the only one as well that misses a checkpoint. Oh, that is an AI car that has, I presume, been hit. We're taking a very wonky line down there. We survive it, though, which is okay. Right, I spy a Crane up ahead. That is the new goal. It might not be the battle for second place. Oh, I really sent it there. Yeah, it might not be the battle for second place I was hoping for, but it is a battle nonetheless. We can't get beaten by Crane. I mean, a top 10 is possible. There is a potential for a top 10 here. Right, yeah, don't cut too far across here. Crane is going to have to make sure they get it, which they do. Crane is trying to... So what I'm trying to do is block cars in if I can. But we didn't get to roll Crane over, which is a little bit of a shame. Now, I haven't technically driven an Oracle as of yet. I'm not going to get that choice. Hello, Chris. Instead, well, there is an Oracle there. We're going to take the Felon. I haven't driven that one. Unfortunately, we have lost ground to Crane. I think we maybe made up some time on Chris a little bit here, which is good. But... yeah, we will see what we can do. I'm going to actually sort of cut across and get on the footpath here. We can take that corner. You can shave off a little bit of the turn. Got to be careful, though. You don't actually want to run over people because the body's going to launch your car into the air. That's the last thing you want to be dealing with. I think the Felon's not a bad shout in terms of a vehicle. No, out of the way. Chris has had an accident. Up through there. Crane isn't far away, though. So we have got, I think it is... a Zion, maybe, at the front of this. Or what? No, Crane's in a... Okay, so it's Schwarzer, two Schwarzers and my Felon are in this battle. We get over the crest there, no problem at all. So yeah, this is the battle for 10th place now. Shame it's not the battle for second anymore, but, you know, this is what we have been dealt... the hand we have been dealt after a bit of a goof up by me. Chris is going to fight back. Oh, I want to go for a cutback. Chris defends it quite well. We've got better traction in the sand. The Felon's slightly better here. The car park here, I was expecting stuff to despawn. We have fallen over! Oh no, get out, quickly. Quickly! We have fallen over. The car's not despawning was not expected. I did not think the game was going to let that go. What the hell haven't I driven yet? Oh, crap. Oh, crap. I'm going to have to drive this. I haven't driven an Asterope yet. It's going to be a bad lap. The only good news is it's probably better than the Picador. It's probably a better choice than that. Oh, and we have caught up. Who is that ahead of us? Stevie. Okay, Stevie is not far ahead of us. If I can get in the slipstream here, that would be wonderful. Gliska's got to the front of the race. Impega maybe had or having to use worse cars or something. A Banshee would be a lovely way to try and finish this. Oh, Stevie with a big crash. That makes my life a little bit easier. We move up into 9th place. Oh, over the crest we go. It's a little bit bumpy. We'll get round the corner. Now, who's ahead of us? Absol, 8 seconds clear. I mean, if we get a Banshee and Absol makes a mistake, you know, there's a small chance this corner here is getting nasty with traffic, but we are clear. We are through. Now, we're going to be maybe flat out through there. Ooh, almost. Yeah, just about worked. Just about worked. I can see, I think that's Absol in front there with the Picador. What are we going to have for... We've still got a couple of laps, so it might have... You're going to have to use most of the cars that are in this current spawn set. I'm fearing Picador is what I'm fearing. We're going to be ending up driving here. The collection of cars here, or Grizzly, that could be an option as well. Okay, over the wall we go. Oh, yes! Now that is what I am talking about. That, we haven't used one of these. There is a danger, of course, inherently on a bike. If we fall off a bike, we are going to be in trouble because we will be respawned with a what's-it-called, with the golf caddy, so don't crash the bike is pretty much going to be... I mean, there is AI traffic about, of course, so that's not ideal. Brazen has got to the lead of the race. We are 14 seconds behind Absol. Unfortunately, I mean, I think as good as the bike is in terms of an option, I am not completely sure well, we are going to be able to gain too much. I mean, like, around here is where we can gain big time. We can change direction, unlike any of the cars. But I don't know whether it's going to be enough to really do much. Absol's having a good lap, which makes me think they've got some sort of fast vehicle here. We will run, say, around the corner. Lovely, lovely speed down there. I don't know how quick we are on the sand with this. Of course, the vehicles do slow down on the sand. We have gained not very much time on Absol, although we can take immense speed through this section. Now, I've got to be a little bit careful because I can't just chuck this into the crowd of vehicles like everyone else has been doing. Right, that will do. That will do. Over the wall we go. What are we going to have to finish off our race? One of these, I think. Don't think we've driven a Zion as of yet. Well, we have got it. No, we haven't got it. The game has glitched. Oh, there we go. Now we've got it. That has cost. Any chance we had has gone with a bit of a weird glitch in this one. Now far too far back. We're now far, far too far back. Impega has taken victory by the looks of it. Impega has taken victory from Brazen. We are stuck with the door open. We have now decided to close it. Yeah. Galiska, maybe a bad final lap, has certainly fallen away in this one. Crossed the line in third. What could have been in this race? Oh, hello. That's an unfortunate respawn or appearance. Yeah, what could have been had I not missed a checkpoint? I guess that's probably karma for us ploughing into the side and rolling Gliska over. Don't you bloody go. Yeah, all the time we made up on the bike has been lost in a poor changeover, which is a little bit of a shame, but there we go. I mean, yeah, the gap's about, you know, it's been about consistent. It's been about consistent in all of this. We are well clear of the vehicle behind. Stevie in 10th. We pulled away from them. We had a good sort of end section in this one. It was, yeah, we had a good end to the race, but the missed checkpoint and not realising it for a few corners cost us, you know, stacks of time. Impega gets fastest lap of the race. I wonder what vehicle they were using at the time. Of course, that does also, because the fastest lap does include the changeover point as well. So my bike lap, for example, I had to run and get the bike, and that cost me time. Oh, bloody hell. That is manic. That is absolutely manic. We at least climbed back to 9th. I will take that. Now, for our second race, we might actually have a bit of a... Well, it's going to be a different kind of start. Normally we sit around far about on the start line for races. In the second race, we go straight from the off, which of course is what we are doing here. But I don't know how that's going to affect the traffic spawn, because that could throw up some very, very interesting things. Oh, damn it! I was going to try and get the vehicle through. There's some very... Oh, Jesus! What in the demon drag was that? Oh, Absol's been hit. I'm going to try and get into an Aston Martin, and will get into an Aston Martin and will get away. Now, it does mean I burn this car as a vehicle that I am not going to be able to use again. However, there's no guarantee I'll see it again. Like, there's no guarantee we'll ever see this car appear in the spawn set or be at the right place. So, you could, in theory, you want these cars for the end of the race, right? But I think you are better off just going for it the second you see one. The second you see a good car, you're just going to want to use it because you never know. You could try and save all the good vehicles till the end, but then get stuck with a van as your only real option. So, yeah, we're going to use the Rapid GT here. We're in third. Who has got away at the front? Gliska leads from Brazen. Ahead of us. I mean, they, again, both did pretty well grabbing cars by the looks of it. Fast car for Brazen. Gliska is... Oh, they're in the same car. They got these... It's a rare glitch, but it can happen. So we are technically... Well, there are only 2 cars on the track, so that is the lead pair. They're not really supposed to be able to do that, but they can sometimes. Right, we will crash our way into that. So they used a coquette. We used... what the hell are we going to be driving? I'm thinking we're going for a Fusillade here. There's a few vehicles here. Gliss has gone for a Sultan. The Schwarzes are spawning. There's a Felon back there. So we once again have found ourselves racing Gliska. Brazen with a good changeover up ahead. Not sure what they were in. I think I saw it briefly, but I didn't, it didn't register. We are going around here. Didn't go for the shortcut that Gliska did this time around. The all-wheel drive Sultan, maybe a little bit better for that. Also, I just wasn't positioned. Oh, Gliska with a big slide over the curbs there. Got to be careful. Oh, the Fusillade is sliding about a little bit here. Again, over the crest we go. Ooh, chucking it about and do with getting in the slipstream. Sultan, big advantage, of course. All-wheel drive will potentially be helpful in the sand. But, Gliska has now used it. Gliska cannot go to a Sultan again if one appears later on, which I can and absolutely would, given half a chance. We're going to try and take this sort of more sweeping line through there, which is definitely the way to go. Gliska lost a heap of time here. Despite the Sultan being all-wheel drive, Gliska's had a terrible beach section. We have had a much better run through there. We get clonked into the surfboards. There's a little bit of swapping of paint here as we head across the jump. Oh, then we get fired in to that one. I'm going to nudge Gliska's car forward. I'm hoping to cost them time. Or I spot a comet. Do we reckon? I'm going to go for the little bit of a run here. Now, this is costing me time, but I'm hoping... And the car is facing the wrong way, but it is a gamble here. Gliska is in a Sentinel. I don't know whether it's a good idea. We've used some very high-end cars so far. We're going to be running out of high-end cars. Gliska's still got... a Comet as a potential one. Brazen, no idea what Brazen is in. Have not seen Brazen. Oh, the bumps over there caused us some grief. Oh, hello, Fusillade. Oh, that's now cost us as well. The Comet, we're not being able to make the most of it. Who is in the Regina? Please let that be Brazen. It'd be hilarious if it was. I don't think it is. I think it's Ewan. It is. So Ewan's having a terrible time of this. I mean, Ewan might be able to help me by giving some slipstream. I'm not going to turn down some slipstream there. We'll go around the back of the Regina, and that will get us past. No real slipstream in that one, unfortunately. Oh, slide and smack the wall. Brazen continues to lead with a fairly sizable margin. We've not really been able to catch. I'm not sure. I feel like going for the Comet was the right idea. I feel like I failed to maximise the Comet's strengths here. Now... we are heading up towards the finish line. Okay, over the wall we will go. Now, what have we got? Fusillade, I spy a Sultan in a prime position for us. Good changeover for us. Gliska's going for the Fusillade. Now, we do have a rule, I should point out, in all of this. There is a rule regarding running people over, which is why, for example, you see there, I didn't run Gliska over. If you run someone over and kill them, you must wait for them to respawn and kind of reappear before you can carry on. If you run them over and they survive, you're fine to just keep going, but it's a big risk, so we don't actually want to be running over the other racers. You do not want to kill them. That is a huge loss of time. Oh, that's a big mistake. I was going for the gap. The traffic trying to slow down for that corner, and I just misjudged it. That's going to cost us a bunch of time that I can ill afford if I want to catch a Brazen, which is now going to be tougher. We would have been making time, I think, on Brazen, but yeah, that was not so good for me. Over the jump we go there. There's a big gaggle of cars that have... I'm going to hazard a guess. Off the start line, people who weren't able to get vehicles early... are the people who are a mile back at the moment. Now, where is Brazen, and can Brazen have a bad changeover? We've got a couple of laps to go. I'm not seeing anything that looks crazy exciting over there. I'm really not seeing anything particularly good at the moment. It's going to be a Futo or a Mupaveur. It's going to be a Mupaveur. It's not going to be a Mupaveur. Something's exploded and we have been knocked over. So it's going to end up being the Futo instead. Right. Big explosion of stuff. Brazen is going to level 8. May have overtaken us. I don't know how on earth things have ended up exploding so much there. Level 8 is close. I don't quite know where level 8 is, but level 8 is close. Brazen leads, but I don't know what they've got away from all of that in? That is a good question. What is Brazen driving? Was it the Regina? Was it a Tornado? Taking a little bit of time to try and get a good vehicle is definitely worth it. But, oh god, big oversteer moment. But, you know, if you take too long, it would have been quicker to go and just grab whatever you can find. Brazen is a long way out in front. I mean, Brazen would have to be on a moped for the end of this, I think, for me to realistically stand a chance. We pulled a very big gap on level 8 and Gliska. So we have got a comfortable second place. Shadow's had a spin on the downhill section. I'm going to guess that's Brazen there. I think Brazen's in a Tornado, you know. I think that's what Brazen's in. Now, I might be stuck with a Tornado. Mupavoo was looking mighty tempting. Can I try and see where the traffic is, to see where to aim my car? For this final... Okay, doesn't really look like there's any traffic anywhere here. Right, we are stopped. There is a Tornado who has just shot past. Danger Man has just gone past. Felon. I don't think I've driven one of those in this time around, have we? Don't think it's going to matter. I think Brazen is a very long way away. We get the Felon. I mean, I'm hoping Brazen's on a moped, because that's about... Oh, is level 8... Level 8 can't be in Brazen's car, surely? No, he was just updating. I was going to say, Brazen is 20 seconds clear at the front, unless they have a terrible... And I mean, it would have to be an absolutely atrocious car. We are not going to get... They'd have to have a terrible car and make a big mistake. We are not going to be catching them, I don't think. We will round this section. I spot a car ahead. I mean, if that's Brazen in a van, it would be glorious. It might be. I've just seen the gap. The gap is plummeting. Is that... Brazen's in a van! Brazen is in a van as we head through the final couple of corners here. We have a Felon versus Brazen's van. We're going to scythe up the inside. It's all gone wrong for Brazen. They may have not had another option. I didn't see the list of vehicles they were in. They may not have had another option. They had a 20-second lead. But it's going to go our way. We will claim victory. Brazen so unlucky at the end. The van... I'm going to guess they had no other choices of vehicles they hadn't driven around in yet. We had a monstrous end to that. We had good vehicles the whole way through. The supercars at the start really helped because they weren't spawning later on. As I was saying, how the point you see one, just use it because they probably won't turn up later on. Level 8 crosses the line in third. Gliska slips to fifth by the end of this one, and by the looks of it will remain in fifth place there. Oh, Shadow was on spectating duty. Yeah, downside... the car park is a mess. Downside to this one, as much as I like it, the start is a problem. The AI just don't spawn in enough cars for us to really begin it how we want it to. So that is an issue, and I don't know how to get around that, because even us waiting didn't spawn in vehicles. More vehicles were spawned in when we went from the off, so that is a little bit of a peculiar one. Yeah, this is going to cross the line in fifth. I think that's going to be Liam across the line in sixth. Oh, bloody hell. Scavenger hunt races, always entertaining, always good fun. Very, very silly. Yeah, this was, I mean, I enjoyed it. We had an interesting race out of it with with Brazen. Yeah, the tactics with the vehicles and everything. Oh, that's going to be a frame rate death for anybody around. We, unfortunately, were just crossing the finish line and didn't really witness it. But there we go. I hope you enjoyed this one. That is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.